Without taking much of the time, I would like to invite our first guest of honor and the keynote speaker, who will be delivering the opening remarks. I would like to extend a warm welcome to Dr. Nirmaljeet Singh Kalsi, IAS retired. Dr. Kalsi has been the chairperson of NCVET. He has been a former Additional Chief Secretary Home at the Government of Punjab, and he is also the Executive Council member of GCTC. Dr. Kalsi was working as the Joint Secretary to the Government of India, Ministry of Home Affairs at New Delhi, and in 30 years of his career as a civil servant, he has handled a variety of challenging assignments in the areas of information technology, technical education, and industrial training, as well as science and technology, various industries, and a lot of initiatives he took during his service period. He has worked in several other initiatives in providing information technology, e-governance, and human resource development. He contributed to the ICT industry initiative of Government of Punjab, both as a director cum secretary with the Department of IT and as a managing director of Punjab Information and Communications. I would like to extend a warm welcome to Dr. Kalsi and would request him to deliver his opening remarks for this lecture. Sir, please.
Thank you, Amit. Very distinguished speakers, panelists, delegates. We are going to discuss today the accelerating economy in digital Bharat and how do we ensure the cyber resilience for that. I would like to start with the essential digital headline globally. Now, these are the January 2024 figures. You can clearly see 8.08 billion population, 57% urbanization, out of which 5.61 billion unique mobile phone subscribers, which is almost 70% of the population. The internet users are 67%, almost two-thirds, and social media users, again, about 62%. Now, I had these January 2023 figures for India, 1.42 billion population, 36% urbanization, 1.10 billion cellular mobile connections, one of the highest number in the world. 77% population is covered, and 48.7, almost 49% internet users, and about one-third they have active social media users. Now, if I look at 2024, 1.44 billion, an increase of 13 billion over the last 1 year. 36.6% population is urban, the rest is rural. Total 1.12 billion active mobile connections, which is equivalent to 78% of the total population. Now, start of January, 75 crore, 751 million internet users. Today, it is put at 864 million. So, more than 50%, 52.4% people is covered. And the mobile and the social media is again one-third of the total population has some kind of social media. So I was trying to look at some of the January 24 figures. Reach of Facebook ads ranking. You look at India is number one. It's far ahead of US. So what I want to say is that India is going digital in a big way. India is really going digital in a very big way. All of you are aware of the Modi 1.0 government. We started with these 9 pillars of Digital India. And all 9 pillars have really supported a digital Bharat. And that is now in front of us. We have enhanced the digital infrastructure right from the village level to the urban level. And the strategy is overarching. You're covering people, infrastructure, government, regulations, business. All aspects have been covered. And it's growing every day. One of the unique features of India is the digital public infrastructure. Now, this is a model which the entire world wants to copy. We have India Stack, we have UPI, we have Aadhaar, we have Jan Dhan accounts. Today, there are more than 138 crore Aadhaar cards already made and distributed. There are 84.6 crore internet users, more than 70 crore plus smartphone users. And Jan Dhan accounts, more than 50 crores Jan Dhan account. Now, that is what is creating a very compelling digital economy. That is what is accelerating the economy. And almost all other components of digital public infrastructure are connected therein. You look at the education system. I've just took example of education. You start with the ABC, Academic Bank of Credit. Every student is going to have an APAR number, a unique ID number for storing their accounts. And they can store their accounts in ABC. So is with most of the other infrastructure components. So try to list some of the numbers here. The idea is to understand as to how India is going digital and at what speed. You talk about integrated health information platform or integrated multimodal logistic platform. You have a GSTN platform, you have agricultural platform, you have future skills platform, you have talent markets, talent marketplaces, you have national digital document exchange, you have land records platforms. Now, all these platforms are standing on the digital public infrastructure. And they all are aimed at enhancing the governance, services, delivery, and the economic development. Extremely, extremely important factors. I was just looking at the June 2024 transactions which happened through NPCL. Aadhaar-based interoperable transactions, you have 25,000 plus crore. You have instant fund transfer, 5.78 lakh crore, June 2024, 5.78 lakh crore. That's the number. You compare it with the previous month, which is just adjacent to that. Similarly, UPI monthly volumes, more than 20 lakh crores. 20 lakh crores. Even the NETC FASTag monthly volumes are going up, more than 5,700 crores. So India is going digital, there is no doubt about it. And this digital public infrastructure is based on the most important pillar of trust, of security. That is how it operates. You will not put in your account on your mobile phone unless you are very sure that your phone is secured, the infrastructure is secured, you will not expose your phone, your money cannot be just taken away like that. So, key defining trends of digital economy, you have fintech, you have digital government, you have e-commerce, you have trade marketplaces, you have cloud kitchens, you have vacation rentals, ride hailing, streaming content. And then you have technologies which are supporting it. 5G, cloud, IoT, artificial intelligence, big data, AR, VR, cyber security, robotics. These are all extremely important. And there are some key enablers which are making it possible. Digital strategies and regulation, digital infrastructure, data, digital skills, and dominance of digital business models from services to experiences, and rise of the industry ecosystem, which is matching with this digital infrastructure. That's how it is happening. And here, the cyber security and cyber resilience, that is the central piece which we all must understand. Now, India is also going through a digital transformation, and the market has reached 710 billion by 2024 itself, and it's further going up. CAGR 74.7% last 5 years. Can you imagine? 74.7%, almost 75%. So here is the central piece. India's roadmap for Digital India 2.0. It outlines enablers required in 7 strategic areas. And each of these strategic areas have some sub-areas. I'll just go into little details of each of these areas. 21st century IT infrastructure and software capabilities. You want digitally skilled workforce. You want establishing state-of-the-art cyber security and data protection, implementing real-time data visualization and deep analytics, expanding broadband infrastructure nationwide. That is the first piece. Second is e-governance and e-governance of future. You want government e-marketplace, you want to digitize all records, you want to create a national document and data exchange system, improving urban e-governance, expanding direct benefit transfer mechanism. Health is another important area. Telemedicine, unified digital health infrastructure, electronic health records. Education and skills is the fourth important pillar. Digitizing educational content and delivery, promoting online and remote learning platforms. Now all this is being done through the national credit framework, in which you get credit from education, you get credit from skilling, you get credit from experiential learning. X, Y, Z, 3 directions. You just add them, you convert them into any degree, any diploma. Similarly, financial services, digital payment ecosystem, blockchain for secure transactions, financial inclusion through digital banking. Agriculture, you have precision agriculture, digital marketplace, monitoring of agriculture supply chain. Retail and e-commerce is one of the biggest area. Online retail platforms, logistics and supply chain management. We want to bring down the cost from average 14% to 7.5%. So digital marketing and customer engagement. Then manufacturing and industry, adoption of Industry 4.0 and 5.0, smart factory solutions, AI and IoT, predictive maintenance. Then energy and environment, again extremely important, smart grid and energy management, digital tools for environmental monitoring, renewable energy solutions with digital tracking. So these are the 30 areas under the 9 pillars which are extremely important to get there to $1 trillion of just digital economy. But if you look at the risk, cyber security, cyber attacks is one of the largest risks being perceived, 39%. Extreme weather, misinformation, polarization, so on. And if you look at really the man-made kind of thing, it's cyber attack. I was just looking at the World Economic Forum. Next 2 years, the important areas of risk, and the next 10 years of Economic Forum, World Economic Forum. You see, cyber security is the 4th most important area in next 2 years' time. So that's what I wanted to. And in 10 years' time, of course, there are some more important areas which would come up further. And ultimately, the cyber security would go down to number 8. But right now, it has one of the highest priorities. Now, if you really look at the India's cyber threat landscape, there are highlights. And the biggest highlight is that India faces a diverse range of cyber threats from data breaches. And these cyber attacks have increased 400%. 400% in last 2 years. With digital evolution, India has emerged as the most targeted country in terms of cyber attacks, accounting for almost 14% of all attacks worldwide. 14%, so very high number. Indian government agencies witnessed 95% increase in cyber attacks in 2022 alone. 23-24, 400%. And you can very well see the malware landscape, geographical analysis which has been provided. 290 million detections. From all over the country, you can see those very clearly. Now, why we talk about cyber security and cyber resilience? Resilience is when an entity's ability to continuously deliver the intended outcome despite adverse cyber events. So when you get back to your original position, that's a resilience. So instead of cyber security, nowadays we talk about cyber resilience. And that is why you see the name here, right in the name of the conference as well. It's cyber resilience. Now, there are challenges to ensuring cyber resilience for Digital India. I will not go into detail because of shortage of time. Increasing cyber threats, lack of cyber security awareness. Now, I have the entire data listed out there along with the sources of data. Insufficient cyber security infrastructure, regulatory and compliance is the issue. Then storage, shortage of skilled manpower. We need 1 million cyber security professionals. There is a definitely shortage of quality professionals. Then rapid technological advancements, that's another big reason. So the new vulnerabilities and attack vectors are often being discovered. Then integration of IoT devices, 2 billion connected devices in India by 2025. Now that is the potential entry point for most of these cyber attacks. Then data privacy concerns, the average cost is quite high of one data breach, big data breach. Ensuring data privacy, now the new bill has come, Data Protection Privacy Bill. Then economic constraints are there, especially with SMEs, which hinder the implementation of the necessary cybersecurity measures. And then cyber warfare and state-sponsored attacks is one of the largest areas of concern for us. Now, I don't want to elaborate on this. You understand the state-sponsored attacks targeting India have increased by 400%. This is what I was talking about. And cyber security radar, there are 5 vectors to it. Again, I am not going to detail. It is in the conference that we'll be discussing these issues. And major essentials for cyber security strategy, I'll just mention robust policy and regulatory framework, you have policy formulation, you have regulation enforcement, you have regular updates. Similarly, I've defined the responsibility, who is responsible for it, and what is going to be the outcome of this if you implement this. Capacity building and workforce development, that's second important area. Public-private partnership is third important area where mighty private sector, industry association, everybody will have to be involved for enhancing collaboration between government and the private sector to strengthen cyber security. Then you have advanced research and development. Here you have large number of players involved, including DST, including private sector R&D, including academic institutions. They have to come together to promote innovation and development of cutting-edge cybersecurity technologies. Critical infrastructure protection, we have 18 kind of infrastructure which have been identified, and we need to protect that. Again, for those 18 separate areas, separate verticals, we need separate teams. But National Critical Information Infrastructure Protection Center is basically the coordinating agency which does that, but we need support from everyone. Data protection and privacy is for everybody to ensure, including private sector organization, mighty Government of India, and the Data Protection Authority of India. Then you have international cooperation, again one of the most important thing, because cyber attacks always happen seamlessly across borders. And all of us, we understand that very well. Unless we have international cooperation, we'll not be able to make any headway into this. So Ministry of External Affairs, mighty and certain. Similarly, cyber incident response and recovery, very, very important. So this is the resilience part of it, which is important. So we have to really look at all the vectors which are there, and the responsibility of certain sectoral certs, private sector security teams, as well as the critical information infrastructure teams. All that becomes very important. Now, market-wise, if some of you are from the industry, so you would be interested. We have already reached $6 billion USD in 2023, and CAGR is 30% last 3-4 years. And by 2028, India will account for more than 5% of the global market. Now, whereas the attacks are 14%, so I think this 5% will also go up, keeping in view the number of attacks which we are facing, which is to the extent of 14% of the global attacks. So what we are going to discuss in this conference, we have these 15 sessions, and we will cover every aspect of the accelerating economy in Digital Bharat, as well as whatever it takes to ensure cyber resilience. So these 15 sessions, they span across all issues which I have put in before you, and over the next 2 days, we'll be discussing all these issues. So with this, I would like to end, and thank you so much. I would like to thank the organizers as well for organizing this wonderful 2 days conference for us. And I hope that all of us will get benefited out of this workshop, out of this conference, and take home the action points, not only take home the action points, but actually implement them. Thank you. Jai Hind.